So my name is Ian, and today I want to talk about the topic of sustainable design. Sustainable design is ability of a system to maintain itself as a whole, functioning systems over a long time period. For a building, this means thinking of long-term impact, cost, and use. According to Hickory Consortium, sustainability provides an organizing principle that must and be used to plan a stable future and durable buildings. Using resources wisely to establish a continuous cycle of use and renewal is the center of the principle. So, to build to a building sector that has thrived on the exploit of both natural and resources and natural waste deposit sites, sustainability means living within the carrying capacity of regional and global environment. To the occupants of the sustainably designed buildings, it means better health, a more pleasant living environment, lower costs, increased environmental responsibility, and a supported community. Within recent years, the argument and discussions of sustainable design has become a forefront topic in the field of architecture. It has become one of the most difficult tasks for architecture in shaping our environment as professionals, whether we're convincing coworkers, clients, or even public at large for the move towards a more sustainable world. In the response to the issue, art and architectural historian Dr. Winston once said, suggests that the argues for the sustainability tend to be excessively technical or technological and cast in charismatic narrative, or disconnected from individual behavior. Each provides opportunities for the average citizens to each detach themselves for the problems and potential solutions, or to expect others, be there corporations or governments, to correct the situation. For this sustainable design argument to be meaningful, it has to be follow a public to see the importance and need behind these decisions and choices. For example, rather than using scientific or economic concepts like carbon footprint or carbon credits that have a little connecting and meaning to the general public, considering highlighting the general benefits and rewards from the sustainable design choices. For example, the argument of a green roof or a space around or a building intended for tree and plant to grow only becomes much more compelling and interesting to the public and the client if you emphasize the smell of the garden throughout the seasons, the view of the garden for overlooking offices, and the benefits and opportunities for the public and workers to enjoy the green space by eating lunch, socializing, and even spending leisure time there. Community is one form of information transfer, since the community can only resort from the exercise of opportunity to communicate. So for housing especially, the general goal of designing an environment enhance community as one key to success occupancy. Similarly, designing a commercial building is to improve the interaction of occupants can result in a more successful working environment. The concept of the encouraging interaction and making commuting easy is at the core of creating a building that supports the occupants, making it easier to concentrate on work and living together. This brings a clear understanding to the importance of need for a community concept in designing sustainable mindset for living. Material choices are often regarded as the cornerstone of sustainable design. Material are involved in every steps of the design process, for structure to indoor air quality, and etc. etc. So through the whole building approach, integrating good materials happens early in the process with minimal cost effects. Hickory makes a strong argument as to why materials choices is an important factor in the sustainable design process, with the effects of it can have more cost even with health. And also, on the other hand, waste and energy are two other extremely important factors in the sustainable process. The necessary information about them can and should be part of the design process for the building. Individual buildings of all kinds can use energy conservation and renewable energy to supply many of their needs and eliminate the large part of their atmosphere waste stream. According to Hickory, by reducing energy use, including renewable as part of this initial design, no cost sacrifice is required and great benefits accrued. So lastly, with that said, we need to change the way in which we cast for sustainable development is presented. As Ellery says, it is time to acknowledge that the current capitalism threat or stick approach to the sustainability argument has proved little motivation for change in public behavior, and instead more meaningful, manageable, and comprehensive strategies are necessary to get this sustainability moving in the right direction. So the sustainable buildings we build are a cultural expression of our hope in the future. Inherently, building a green building express our belief that a sustainable future is possible. These buildings will last longer in the future, represent our best effort in anticipating the most important issues for tomorrow. Sustainable design buildings are exerted a continued pressure for exchange in the society that persists into the future. Thank you very much.